Hello, my name is Data. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be a tips for Smalland Survive the Wilds video game. There's a lot going on, and these are some of the best tips for 2025 because there's been a lot of changes made in this game over the past several years in development, and these are some important things that will help you out as a new player. One of the top tips you can have is to use your antennas all the time. You can see where there's enemies. There might be one coming this way. Resin, twigs, anything you could want, including edible mushrooms. And there's sprouts up there. I'm gonna go grab those sprouts so you can see how using the antenna is important. The next tip is gather all the sprouts. Anytime you see sprouts or twigs anywhere laying around, you should go grab them. Those are pretty butterflies. Okay, moving on to the next important tip is laying around all over the place. It's a thing called resin. And you can just gather that stuff. Collect as much as you can. It is very important. There's more resin. I see a carpenter ant. I can choose to avoid it. I have a bunch of twigs down there. Tip next is use the mushrooms for climbing. Looks like I have more warrior ants to have to battle. Sometimes it's easier to battle in the top-down perspective. Especially if you are familiar with any kind of Souls game. But sometimes, for picking it up, it's better to be in first person. And here's another great tip. When you walk up to an item and you gather it, you can click the button and both items or any item will just show up on the ground and you can just pick them up. But more importantly, when you walk up to an item and you hold that button, it is an automatic pickup, making it so much more easier to gather the many resources that will be necessary. Next tip is coming up right now, and that is listen for the storms. I hear thunder in the background. I'm just going to grab this one more piece of wood. Hope that I can climb this tree before any more ants show up. Grabbing any resin along the way. And finding my way back. Okay, the next tip is going to the map. And you can go to your destination, zoom in. I want to go to this guy, Heron, so I can track him. Now I see him in the top of my screen with distance and use it as a guide locator to get to my destination location. Another tip, stay out of the water. Avoid falling in the water almost at all costs. I would say most water is not safe. The pixie cannot swim. Another tip, once you get a companion, you can have them to stay in an area for safety. The next tip, if you look at the top, you can see it's going to be nighttime. Nighttime is a time to sleep, unless you're hunting nighttime creatures, like that firefly. They give some resources, but as of course, they only come out at night. Next tip, one of the starting guys, when you reach Hearn, he not only has a lot of dialogue, but he can sell you 2 sets of really nice armor. I recommend you pick those up. Next tip, and this is going to be a good one, have a place that you can call home. Maybe have some outposts somewhere out there. Make sure that it has a roof. If it does not have a roof, things will corrode and your items will break and disappear. Be wary of that. At night, you can sleep in a bed. When you make a bed, make sure that you activate it as a spawn point. The door opens, the door closes. That was not the best tip, but it was a tip. I can take this guy. He's my follow companion. I can go to the map, untrack this guy, zoom out, choose where I need to go, which is my encampment, find it on the map, and start running in that direction, hoping I do not run into any dangerous creatures. But you can see I'm 270-ish meters away. Next tip, from here, I can use my animal call whistle. Let's see if it works. Did it call my creature? It did. Here he is. Test subject number 1. So he went from wait. Oh, quick tip. Automatic character saves and world saves happen. Back to the ant. So he went from wait there to follow me. As I head towards my tree, there's an ant. I'm gonna dodge. I don't have my weapon on, but I should. Okay. Hope you got some action in there. I can walk up to them and make them wait here or follow. He's not on. Test subject 1 is now on follow. And I'm headed back to the great tree. I'm going to use my antenna. There's sprouts up there, sprouts down there, mauve plants, and more twigs, and some stone. This is my great tree. I have a base way up there. But I also have some bull ants down below that must be taken care of. There didn't used to be bull ants. Now they're bull ants. Oh! Did you see that? That was a parry. If you can time the block correctly, you can get a parry. Takes a little practice. Each creature has their own timing and attack. So a little practice goes a long way. Next tip, to gather rock or stone, which I seem to have here, I must equip at least a mandible pickaxe or better. Hold the button and it's an automatic pickup. Okay. This is my great tree. I'm going to go back to the stinger weapon. If you're looking for a stinger weapon on first day and you want to be OP, next tip, I have a video in my playlist. You can go check that out. It'll show you the location that is hidden in a secret place. I have more rocks here I can gather. Next tip, you will run into an area where you need to battle bees and or other dangerous creatures. You may need some defense towers. Next tip, this guy, the Sawyer beetle, level 4. He gives chitin. Some people call it chitin. You can call it whatever you want. Just make sure you pick it up. Okay, I have a couple more tips. There's going to be another Sawyer beetle. I may have to defeat him first. Okay, I got the block, but I didn't get the parry. Okay, next tip. When you reach the area with the bees, go watch my video in my playlist on the bee annihilator. See all those bees up there? They don't attack one by one. Oh no. They come at you all at once. And you're going to need all those pieces parts if you want to make certain awesome ingredients like fire arrows and other awesome stuff. If you want wings, you can collect insect wings from them. I'm going to have a couple more good tips. Once you get the insect wings, I can hover and make sure I don't take fall damage. When I reach my gnome effigy and my great tree, I can call the balloon down so I do not have to climb the mushrooms again. Next tip. It is always polite to put the weapon away as you're riding on your lift. Tell the happy tree butler, I'd like to go up to the great tree, please. Hopefully the ant follows. In theory, they're supposed to teleport to you if they go from a great distance. Hope he doesn't teleport in the air and land on the ground somewhere. Let's see if he makes it up here. Next tip. There's my ant. Hey, good job, buddy. Hang on. Did I say wait here? I said wait here. Okay. See? That worked. Okay, next tip. Build a big base. You're going to need lots and lots of storage. And you can use the signs to get rid of your OCD and mark what is in them. You'll also need to make a bed. Always activate the spawn. Respawn is set. It's okay to decorate a little bit, but in the base, you're going to have to incubate. That is how I got the ant. You put a creature in. This one is an 8 common. I'm trying to find some better eggs. Hopefully you do too. And then when you start incubating, this place gets attacked. So build a nice defensive tower. I'm still working on one. I'll put up a video when it's done. Okay, I made it back. I'm going to unload all my gear, and that's going to do it. We'll see you in the next video. Hope these tips helped. Be safe out there in Smalland. And and survive the wilds. Bye-bye.